exciting. But after high school, I got an internship at a radio station, and that's when I fell in love with it, and I've been doing it ever since. So this year is my 11th year in radio.
Ooh, congratulations!
Congrats.
So it's been a while.
So you began your career at 18, correct?
Yes.
Explain how it was being so young in the industry.
Well, I mean, honestly, I always tell people, when you start that young, the best way to be is just to be humble and just learn from everyone around you, because in radio, your experience is everything. Like when you're in radio and when you do interviews and when you hope to get jobs, like they don't ask you for, what degree did you get or what school did you study, and they ask what station did you work for, who did you work for,
right,
and what actually you did. So like your experience is everything. So the best way to do that is just to kind of learn from everyone around you. So I had some really great people in my life who were my mentors and who I just kind of like soaked in everything. Like I was the first one at work, I was always early, I was always there, I stayed late, like I put in work over the years. So that's the best part about it, especially when you're young. You're supposed to hustle in your 20s. Like, you're supposed to be poor. You're supposed to eat every day.
Right. That college life.
Feel bad when that's happening to you, because that's supposed to happen in your 20s. Like, you're supposed to sleep on friends' couches because you don't have no money. Like, that's the grind that you go through when you're trying to get your dream job. And being young in the industry, that's what I learned. That's how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to grind it out, and that's what I did.
Started from the bottom, now you
here.
That's so real, though. Like, I'll never tweet that because everybody else does, but I'm like, that's so real.
Hey, so Sunni, how does it feel transitioning from going to your own show in the midday, but now you have everybody waking up in the morning listening to you? I know that has to be a good feeling.
Yes.
Well, I have never done a morning show. Like, I've always had my own show, which is, pretty cool. But, in radio, what you want to do in your career, you eventually always want to end up on a morning show. That's the highlight of a station is always your morning show. And it gives you a chance to really, show your personality and, really get close and kind of intimate with your audience, which is kind of weird because you honestly, have to put your entire life. Like, if I go on a date, I have to talk about it the next day, which is so weird, and they're like, that's how people get to know you. Like, people want to wake up and feel like, oh my gosh, even if they never meet you, they want to feel like, this is my girl. Like, I love her. Like, I can relate to her. So it's a little weird, but it's so much fun. And I'm just kind of getting used to it. Like, I'm only 5 days in, so I'm still freaking out a little bit. But it's it's like my dream job, and it's exciting. It's especially here. Like, I love this area so much. Like, I've been here 2 years, and I feel like I've lived here my entire life. I know everybody. I feel so comfortable, and it's amazing. Like, I can't. It's kind of hard to put into words.
That's that DMV love for you. That's the DMV love.
Yes, I love it here. So put me on a bus and give me a megaphone, and I'll take tourists on a tour and just be I am that girl. I love it.
Hey, so Sunni, you're the first woman from your native country to host your own show in the U.S. How has that feeling been like? I know back at home people showing you love.
Yeah,
and
I know
that
they're
has
proud.
to be an exciting experience for her.
Yeah, it's a little crazy because, at first I didn't even think about it. Like, when I got into radio, I didn't do it because I'm I want to be the first. It just, I was just trying to find out what I wanted to do in life. So someone told me later, they were like, you know that there's no one else from your country, especially because, I came to the United States when I was 13, so I didn't speak any English. So for me to, go from not speaking English to, a few years later having my own show, it's so, weird to people. But to me, it just kind of happened, and I don't think about it. I don't look back and say, oh, wow, I can't believe I did this. I just do it because I love it. But someone did point it out, and I was like, oh, my God, that's really cool. And then I kind of started looking into it, then I'm like, oh, wow, it's so true. There's nobody else on. And, it's exciting. it's kind of like I'm making way for, other girls who were, like, from different countries, and they feel that, like, being first generation or second generation in this country, you can really do anything. It's like living, the American dream. Like, your parents came here, they were immigrants, we had no money, we didn't have anything, so for us to make it, it shows the younger kids that you can do it. And especially, like, I love this, like, in urban neighborhoods, telling kids, like, listen, if I came here from another country and I didn't speak English and I made it, like, there's no reason why you can't make it. Like, your environment really does not define who you are or what you can do in life, because you can really do anything that you want as long as you work hard at it. And that's the truth. Like, that's not a cliche. Like, this is real life. This is how it happened, and it can happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
That is nothing but
that.
the truth.
I mean, you just got. I wish you was here so you could just see us right now. With balancing your radio career along with your hostings as well as your charity work, is it hard for you to find, like me time where you just want to relax, or you just want to? I don't want to be, sunny in the city that everybody knows. I just want to, put my feet up, paint my nails, regular girly stuff.
It's not, because, like, I'm funny all the time. Like, it's not like, you go to work and then you come home and you're like, oh, but I enjoy it. Like, this is who I am. This is my life. When I leave work, I think about everything that I'm doing, what I'm going to talk about the next day. Like, I'm always in sunny mode. I hang out with my friends. We have a great time. Like, I'm always out doing fun stuff. Like, I honestly, it's enough time in the day to do everything. I'm kind of trying to get used to now because I have to go to bed by 9, which is a little weird for me because I'm like, oh my God, what's going to happen in the summertime? Like, I'm single now. I'm going to be single forever. It's easy for me. Like, I don't know how, but, like, I balance it out. Like, my friends, we do the normal stuff. We have a great time. I do my, charity work, it all flows together, and, like, I make time. And honestly, like, you can make time for stuff you want.
Right.
I don't believe the whole, like, I'm too busy. Like, no, you make time for things that matter to you, and, you can sleep later. So
I say that all the time. You make time for who you want and what you want at the end of the day.
It's so true. Don't let nobody, especially girls, ladies, don't let these men tell you they ain't got time.
Speak it.
They put in work when it needs to be, put down. So, like, don't tell them that they're too busy. You make time for the people and the things you want in life. So,
can I get a retweet? Can I get a retweet? A retweet off of that. My last question to you. Everybody knows you're like this beautiful, gorgeous female and everything. When making business, no, you give the credit where it's due. You know you bad. She doesn't have time. She doesn't have time.
Oh no, Sunny's gonna make time for me.
She doesn't have time. But no, what I was about to say. When making business deals, is it hard for people to, take you serious because, they feel like, oh, well, she's pretty and everything. Maybe she may not know everything. Is there a side of Sunny that people don't want to see?
Well, that doesn't happen to me a lot just because, I've been in the industry for so long, so you kind of, like, know the ins and outs, and after a certain time, you gain the respect, and people know how to, come at you or what not to say, or, sometimes, people don't try to, bamboozle me with stuff, like, or trying to, like, scam me or just make me be in, like, an uncomfortable situation just because, like, I don't allow it. So, not really. But, people will always try you, and, you just got to let them know, like, hey, I'm about my business.
Right.
Like, I know how this works. And that happens a lot with, like, even in the industry with, like, artists, or, like, if they try to, like, talk to you or something, and you're kind of like, hey, listen, like, this is, like, I'm professional. This is business. This is interviewing you. Like, this is life. Like, you gotta, like, step your foot down. Like, you've been in the industry for so long. You know how it works. Your reputation and everything is all you have. So you just gotta make sure that you focus on that and just do your job. So people won't come at you sideways if you just, stick to that.
Oh, okay.
Out a doubt. So, Sunny, my last question to you is, what advice would you give to me and Jasmine for us being up-and-coming hosts? We trying to get in your position, trying to trying to make a difference for our generation as well. So what type of advice would you give to us for the future?
Well, I mean, I always say, like, as long as it's tough. It's tough because there will be times where you're going to want to give up, or there's going to be times that, you know, it's going to seem like, you know, I've been doing this for a while and it's just not working out the way I wanted to. I always say, if you really love it, then it's going to have to work out. And only the people who truly love it make it. Just because it's going to be so many instances where things are just not going to be going your way and you're going to want to give up. But if you truly love what you do, like I said, you're going to, like, I've been there. I've slept on friends' couches because I didn't have money to have my own apartment. Like, I've driven my hoopty who, you know, that would, like, stop every 2 miles, and I had to, like, get the engine with a hammer to, like, start it up again just because I didn't have a car. Like, and I would drive an hour to a radio station and make $6 an hour for a 5-hour shift where it would cost me $40 to get there in gas. Like, it made no sense, but in my head it did, because I figured eventually it's going to pay off as long as I have my experience. So to me, it's always been like, as long as you love it, you're going to make it, because you're going to put all this love and work into it. So just grind it out, do what you have to do, especially now with social media and things like that. Like, you know, like just like you guys having a show, and then it's so many other ways to make people notice you. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different ways to make people notice you, and there's so many different ways for you to put yourself in a position to get with big corporations like CBS and you know Clear Channel, all these different companies who have huge stations around the country. So you just grind it out. You do your air checks. You meet and you network, and you know, be social and be seen and make your presence known, and you know, eventually it pays off.
Definitely. I'm still in shock that you called in.
You're so cute. You're making me nervous.
No, don't get me nervous, because you don't. It's like when you see somebody, or not even see anybody, but you know, we follow your work, you know, and for you to get on, and you know, you're just getting here and seeing how the DMV reacts to you, like, it's like, I don't know. It's just that
words really can't explain.
Yeah, like it's just that feeling like, okay, well, you know, she's doing her thing, she's doing it. It's like you're making the pathway for like people like me and people to come after me. That's why I was like, I have to get Sunni. That's my girl. She keep it 100. I gotta get her on the show.
Absolutely, and it's so crazy. Like, I'm honestly, and I think the reason why I love it here and that people just receive me here so well is because, like, when I lived in Detroit, that was like, you know, of course, that's my hometown. That's where I came to when I came from my country. So, you know, I adapted, and I was like, oh, this is my home. But in like 2010, when I moved to Miami, and then I moved to New York, and then I moved to DC, I went from Detroit to Miami to New York to DC all in 10 months. Like, I moved around so fast, and it just, everywhere I went, it just wasn't, like, I didn't feel comfortable. So when I came here, and like the first week that I was here, it was just like the people that I met, like the atmosphere, like the scene, just the way people were. They were warm, they were welcoming. I was just like in awe, and I was like, oh my God, this is my home. Like, I'll stay here forever. Like, just give me a house in Virginia with chickens in the back, because I'm super country at heart. I'm like, I just want like some chickens and some goats in the backyard, and like, this is all I want, and I'm going to stay here forever. And then after a while, I like really fell in love with the area and just the people, and I love the diversity, and then, you know, the whole like DC, Maryland, Virginia, everybody's kind of like different but kind of the same. I love it. Like, I'm telling you, I'm like the biggest fan of the area ever. And I'm just like happy to be here. My mom's like, are you ever coming back to Michigan? I was like, listen, I'm gonna come visit every like couple months, but I don't know about that. So I really like appreciate the people here, and they just welcome me, and like I just truly like can feel the love, and all I can do is just try and be the best at what I do, and you know, it'll work out, and I love it.
We want to thank you once again so much, Sunni, for calling into us and, you know, supporting our movement.
And we appreciate
it. For having me.
All right, Sunni, we thank you for calling in.
Yes, please make sure you spread the word.
I will. Thank you guys so much.
No problem. Thank you. Be blessed.
Bye.